Hey, it's Chris back with part 2 of Love Languages, the extended version. By that we mean there's way more than 5. We've come up with about a dozen love languages that we really want to talk about. This is part 2. Back with Sandra in the studio.
Yes, hey, great intro.
Where did we leave off? I remember talking about, I think it was playfulness was the last thing we talked about.
Yeah, and if you didn't see the first part, go hit up our other episode, part 1, and we'll have the link. Okay.
Okay. Kicking off part 2, this is probably the thing that that really brings us together. It's something that we're both very passionate about. I think we've also had relationships. We actually can remember vividly relationships that didn't involve this love language, and we both talked about it as something that's it's a non-negotiable.
Okay, don't say what it starts with an M.
I'm not going to say what it is.
It starts with an M. I want you to think about it. If you know what it is, drop it in there in the comments section so that we know you're in tuned with us. See what I did there? You see what I did there?
Hey, I see what you did there, and don't stop the music. I mean, that's all I can think about.
Oh, you're so playful.
That's all I can think about. Okay. So,
fast forward.
In case you haven't realized it, the next love language is
music.
Cool.
No, we didn't add either. But music, I think music and dancing.
Let's add dancing.
Should music and dancing be together though?
I think they're related. Let's go for it.
Yeah,
let's add to it.
What do you guys think?
Actually, you know what?
What?
If you're going to add that,
what?
I'm going to actually insist, okay, in the comments if you agree with me, I'm going to insist that Sandra shows us a dance move or two.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely, even if it's just a little upper body.
Absolutely not. No, stop it. Stop it.
Okay, so we're staying tuned. Okay, don't go away if you want to get the some of Sandra's famous dance moves. So, okay, music. Well, something that I think we all really relate to in music that we take for granted, and that is, it's such a placeholder for emotional space. We carry so much emotion in music, right? It's primal. So there's something that just I remember the first time I really heard a song or an album that I loved, I had to have it. I just sunk into it.
How did it feel? Like, what age were you?
Well, I mean, I've been listening to music my whole childhood. My parents had a fabulous music collection. I mean, fabulous. You know, a good variety: jazz. Some folk.
Did you have R&B?
Not a lot of R&B.
Motown?
I think, and no Motown at that age. My mom grew up actually with Gordon Lightfoot, so there was a little bit more of a skew towards that folk. My dad was a bit more into jazz, Dave Brubeck, Miles Davis.
There it is.
And then pop started to come in, and that was the amazing thing. I have so many memories of growing up and listening to those songs and listening to that music, and I can go right back there. I can go right back there.
I told you the last time we talked about this, how music so I grew up a PK, preacher's kid, and there was no secular music allowed in the house. And I'm sure a lot of you guys that are watching this, you guys have been to the same thing where there was no secular music allowed in the house. But anyway, I remember the very first time I heard music, and it was Mama Jamma, Bad Mama Jamma. I'm not singing it.
Okay, that's part 2. Part 3. Sandra sings
Bad Mama Jamma. The very first time I heard that, something went off in me, and I was in another world. I let myself go to the music, and it was just, I was in another world. And I was like, how is music doing this to me right now?
Yeah.
It was an amazing feeling, and please feel free to drop the same experience that you had, like the very first time music moved you.
Actually, and what I wanted to continue on from my sort of recollection of the first music And again, I could go on to, I can tell you, sitting in the back seat of my mom's car as she played Abbey Road. I mean, the first time I ever heard it, and it became a staple, obviously, at the Beatles, Abbey Road. And
don't hate me for that.
Yeah, no, nothing on the comments on that one. But the point I'm trying to make is, and I think the question you asked me, Sandra, and I think it's a really important one, when did music become my own? And so up until that point, most of the discovery was through my parents. We were just starting to get a little bit of ourselves. Does anybody remember the close and play? Where you could get a 45 and put it in, close the lid, and it would play? I mean, Partridge Family, are you kidding me? The Osmonds?
Oh my gosh,
are you even kidding me?
The Partridge Family?
And suddenly it's your own, and your parents are sort of poo-pooing it because it's so childish, right? But
drop a thumbs up if you remember the Partridge Family or any of the names on the Partridge Family. That you brought that way back.
Oh, I know. I went way back in that machine.
Okay, there was another family.
But I was only 2, no, maybe a little older. But anyway, I was very, 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 very young, right? So then the musical journey takes its own sort of twists and turns, right? You start to break off. So you don't like the music that your parents like. Well, in this case, I still like it.
And at this point, your parents are saying, "What kind of garbage are you listening to?"
Yeah, exactly. So you branch off, and then the real horror came when you started to branch off from your siblings, because that's when they're, I had an older sister who was really into music, and she brought some of the first albums, the first sort of rock and pop albums into the house that were not my parents' choice at all, and I'd never even heard them.
What was it?
Well, for example, Supertramp, Crime of the Century.
Oh, Supertramp.
Are you even kidding me? Okay, now you're going to love this story. So I'd been bringing in the meantime, I mean, don't hate me for this, but I've been really bringing in things like Black Sabbath. Nobody had heard of it, never been on the radio before. Some heavier stuff.
I still haven't heard of it, but
some heavier stuff. Led Zeppelin, I mean, I think that they're a little bit more on the pop side. But anyway, so Led Zeppelin, etc. And this was mainly out of the house. And my sister started bringing albums into the house. And of course, my problem was I couldn't just tell her that I liked her stuff. Because this was sibling rivalry.
You're a manly man. This is a manly man.
Oh, yeah. And I remember she brought Physical Graffiti in the house. And I'm like, I'm crazy about this album, but I can only play it when she's not anywhere near.
Did she ever find you? Did she ever find you listening?
I eventually came clean and said, I think I like this album more than you do. So
you knew all the words.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. So emotional. The rhythm of music. I think we said this earlier.
Yeah.
It's so
and
primal.
So the connection that you have with somebody that listens to the same music or just appreciates music and rhythm, and just like the movement that your body automatically makes when you hear it.
Yeah, and even at a higher level, I think going to the highest of planes, right? Escape and meditation. I mean, you can be there with somebody, you can be there by yourself, but you can truly escape everything, your troubles, your worries, your day, your any problems, and just be in the space. And music can transport you there.
And it takes away pain, like even if it's temporary, it just takes it away. It's so healing.
Yeah.
It's healing.
Singing at the top of your lungs, in the car.
With a microphone.
Or with a microphone. Oh my goodness, we're gonna have to pull out a microphone. Yeah.
We should have had it.
Yeah, we do. We can get it.
No, we know we can't get it. So the next one that we have decided that is a love language, and I'm sure a lot of you are going to agree because it's all over IG, it's all over social media, is cooking. Cooking or food.
Yeah, and I think we covered food earlier, et cetera, but I think what we're talking about here is something slightly different, another facet. Yeah. And we wanted to keep going about it because it is so I think a part of what is community.
Aphrodisiac, we haven't talked about that, right? Oof. So some foods will bring that on, and cooking it and preparing it with love, and also we talk about the health component?
Yep. And I think we're going to, by the way, just to put cooking and food back into it, when we talk about health, we'll talk about food and cooking as well, obviously, because those are not necessarily related to just family gatherings and things like that.
So the distinction of food and cooking is food would be different foods that you like to eat. You could be from different parts of the world. We're just talking about the foods that you like to eat, and the cooking is actually the preparation of the cooking and the love that you put inside the cooking. And just watching somebody preparing food for you is kind of, it's just so, it's almost nostalgic. It's almost, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is when when you watch.
I've got, there's 4 of us, 4 kids in my family, and 3 of us are real foodies. Like life revolves around food. And there's not a single social event that doesn't start off with some sort of food planning, food prep. We've got a family, we've got a cottage that we go to. It's a month ahead of time. What are we cooking? Like who's bringing what? What are we cooking? And it's not even, we don't even have to think about it. It's just an automatic part of anything. And I'm not talking about necessarily just Thanksgiving and Christmas and Easter or whatever. I'm talking about just any excuse. You know, it's my 1-year-old's birthday. What are we cooking? The 1-year-old doesn't care, I guarantee you that, but we do.
But also, you like to have wine with your food as well. So the wine along with the food, it's comforting, isn't it? It's like it's a comfort thing. Yeah. And that's exactly why they call it, some foods are comfort foods. Yeah. 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 Okay. So the next thing we're going to talk about is let's jump to fitness.
Are we jumping into fitness?
See what I did there? Oh, you saw what I did there. Yeah.
Okay, now I'm gonna talk diet right off the bat. And again, we've talked food, we've talked cooking, but we haven't talked diet. And this show is about XOXO40 is about dating 40 and older. And let's face it, folks.
Or if you like dating 40 and older.
Right. One part of the equation is 40 plus, and you got to think diet. And not being on a diet. We do not believe in diets. We don't believe in crash diets. We don't believe in teenager diets. We believe in diet, which is a lifelong commitment to the things that will make you healthy.
And it's not necessarily you're going to be starving on this diet. It's something that you have committed to, that you want to eat, that you enjoy.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And so it's interesting because I find that almost everybody globally, universally has come to the realization that there's only a handful of really healthy long-term diets that we all should be considering. And again, by diet, I don't mean a textbook on it. I mean a set of foods, a way of preparing, etc. And so a lot of people talk Mediterranean. I think it's a really, really excellent starting place. Please, folks, it's about longevity. Mm-hmm. Again, we're about dating. So we're about people getting together for another chapter. And that other chapter is, I hope it's very, very, very long. It could be 10s, 20s, decades long. Yeah. Yeah. So let's take care of ourselves. Let's really focus on a healthy diet. And realize, both Sandra and I are just so focused that way. It's not a hardship at all. It's not a hardship. We don't get up in the morning and go, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to have 2 tablespoons of sugar in my coffee. Well, that was gone a long time ago. Mm-hmm. And you just get rid of that stuff and just focus on the things that make you feel good. And the benefit that you get is a combination of a physical benefit and a mental, emotional benefit.
And you get to enjoy your love languages a lot longer, and they're more enjoyable. Yeah. They're more enjoyable. Yeah.
Yep. So please, people, think about diet. Again, I think I've mentioned this in another episode, or maybe it was a TikTok post. But the 2 biggest complaints that women have about men on dating sites. Number 1, why are they all overweight and out of shape? And that doesn't need to be. So men, gents, I'm going to implore you, please don't be that stat of man that she just swipes left on.
And don't be that man that is not fit, but wants someone who's fit.
Ooh.
We got you clocked.
Ooh. Mm. Yeah. So let's take care of ourselves. Okay, fitness, diet. You've heard this a million times. Diet is 80% of body mass, of fitness, of fat content, etc. So diet's 80%. That's why we need to mention it first. But of course, there's a whole bunch of other things that you need to consider, and we want you to consider, and that's obviously exercise. And I kind of break exercise into two categories, right? There's the stuff that you do very consciously that you need to make a part of your week, whether it's at the gym or at the jogging track or
walking
or wherever,
hiking, yeah.
right? Walking, hiking, etc. And it's a mandatory weekly component. It's got to be that habitual, folks. You've got to have that habit where you just say, whether you have to set the day every week or the time every week or the gym membership, whatever it is, do it.
Or do the stairs. Like I used to do the gym all the time. I've changed to doing home workouts. I do push-ups, I do the stairs, and I do ab work and meditation. It's all the same. So please don't make your excuse be that I can't afford it.
Yeah. And actually, Sandra and I are going to do an episode on the specifics of some of the things that we've embraced. Because the one thing
like what?
Like what you just said, but we want to do.
Are we going to do a fitness episode?
We'll get some cameras. We'll get some heavy breathing. We'll get some protein shakes.
Oh yeah.
The whole package. And the reason I mention that is that I don't think that people quite. I think that people get into this habitual exercise that they're not enjoying.
Yes.
And let's try to find a way to leave that behind. So for me personally, that's become. I do a specific. I do kickboxing, for example, because it so activates everything, and I can get in 50, 60 minutes. I can get a 1,200 calorie workout that I love. I love doing it. I look forward to it. So I do want to take you to the gym and just show you why that is and how good it can be for you. Mm-hmm. But the other side of that is, as Sandra said earlier, it's the walking, it's the hiking. Those are the things that should be enjoyable. And just remember, though, in that case especially, it's not about the exercise specifically. It's about the experience. So we live sort of bi-coastally between the East Coast and the West Coast. On the West Coast, we have some amazing mountains and hiking trails that we go to that are just spectacular. And just remember, look up, breathe in, deep breath, and make that 2 hours something that's really about your well-being as well.
Yeah, serotonin. You're activating the serotonin, and if you guys are both activated, then you're both happy, you're both full of energy, and it's longevity.
Yeah, we plan to be together for a very, very, very long time, whether she likes it or not.
Okay, let's do the next one, and I don't know a good segue for this one. Maybe I need to tap into you mentally for this one. I don't know, but it's spirituality / energy.
Wow. Yeah, this is probably the one of the most important and the hardest to actually pin down. So we don't mean religion, but religious people can be spiritual. We don't want to discriminate in any way against your religion or your beliefs in that respect. But spirituality is a little bit different, and it's much more about a state of mind or a state of mental health. It's really about learning about growth, learning about sort of a higher purpose, and something that's going to give you joy and comfort and take you away from, I think, what consumes too much of us, which is the everyday stress and strain, the minutiae.
The patriarchy?
Well, we promise not to go down that route, or do we? But no, the patriarchy and just the bills, the hassles, the tasks, or whatever. Spirituality is about taking a step back from that and realizing that there is a greater good out there, and there's a way to connect with that greater good. And if you can share that with each other, and again, maybe it's not everybody's love language. It's not on the top of everybody's list. Yeah. It's certainly on the top of ours, because if you can share that, a growth state of mind, a healthy state of mind, and you have some faith that actually, together we can look after each other, but the universe will also look after us. So that's kind of our take on spirituality.
Now, while we're talking, I thought of another one.
Oh my goodness,
I thought of another one while we're talking. Emotional growth mindset.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, because that person that you're with has to feel that, has to feel like they're able to grow along with the relationship.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that one. And in fact, again, I kind of extend from spirituality or pull back from spirituality. In fact, if you know, I don't know what he's talking about. I'm not crazy about this idea of a universe or anything like that. Pull back from that and just talk about emotional growth and the ability to be self-aware and the ability to be able to say, hey, I'm ready to grow. Mm-hmm. And again, that's a big thing that we bring into any dating is you've got to decide. Humble opinion, you know, your first relationships were maybe about, you know, find somebody that's right for you and lock into it. Let me just say chapter 2 and 40 and above is really find somebody who wants to grow with you. And I think there's a subtle and really important difference there.
Because we know we are all dead set in our own ways right now, right? But we also have to realize that there is growth that happens when you add somebody else to your universe, to your world, to your bubble. There's some growing to do. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed part 2 of Love Languages, our Love Languages remix. And please like, comment, subscribe. We are on all social media and we're just starting. So please help us to continue growing if you like what you're hearing. That's all I got for you.